Let's ring in the new year in a fun and festive way with champagne Jello shots. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna spray our pan so that the Jello shots come out easily. I always spray over the sink so that I don't get overspray on my counters or floors or whatever. And I like to make Jello shots in a tray and cut them because then you have less plastic waste and it's like a perfect little 1-inch cube of booze. Set that aside. And then we are gonna get some unflavored gelatin softening in champagne. So this is real deal champagne from the Champagne region of France. You can use Prosecco, you can use Cava, you can use sparkling wine, you can use whatever kind of bubbles you'd like, and everything will just be the same. Never open towards your face or anyone else's, and never pop it. You always wanna twist and pull, just like that. Now the key to making sure that the bubbles remain in these Jello shots is to do everything really slowly. So we're gonna pour this champagne so slowly. And I only need half a cup to start. So I have the champagne and now the gelatin. And I'm gonna show you like how quickly this blooms. You see that? It's reacting with the bubbles and carbonation and blooming so beautifully. So we're actually doing 2 packs. And we're gonna let this soften for a few minutes. And then while that softens, we are gonna make a champagne simple syrup, just to add a little more sweetness because we're not using any flavored Jello. Very slowly pouring the champagne into a small saucepan and adding 1/4 cup to half a cup of sugar, however sweet you want it. And now cooking this over low heat until the sugar is dissolved. Now that our champagne simple syrup is made, the sugar is fully dissolved, we are going to very carefully pour it into the bloom gelatin. And we'll whisk it to dissolve the gelatin completely. And so you'll just slowly whisk this until all of the gelatin has dissolved. I know I sound like a broken record, but you see we've still got some bubbles on top. That's because we're going slowly. All of the gelatin is dissolved, and now I'm just gonna let this cool for just a little bit longer because we don't wanna pour the rest of our chilled champagne into hot liquid because then we'll lose bubbles. I know, we don't want to lose bubbles. So I'm just gonna wait a few minutes before I add the champagne. The gelatin is pretty well cool, so now I'm gonna add 2 more cups of champagne, slowly. It's not a race, take your time. And now we have our prepared pan, and we're going to slowly and carefully pour our champagne Jello into it. And it's all in here. And now we're just gonna refrigerate this for about 4 hours or overnight until the champagne is set. How beautiful is that? Because of all of our hard work, you can still see bubbles in the champagne. How amazing. So I cheated a little and I have a pan that I made yesterday. So I'm gonna show you what they look like. I'm gonna cut them and get them out and show you what champagne Jello shots look like. So I have a knife that I just lightly coated in cooking spray so that none of the Jello sticks to it. And I know we don't really want to be cutting on glass or ceramic, but this is what we do. They're like so perfect. This is the coolest part, is you can still see the bubbles, like straight up. There are bubbles in the Jello because it's champagne. It's just like the coolest thing. How fun.